All right. Giving up for a show here.
Yep.
Yep.
Last minute preparations here. Okay.
All right, so we're definitely good to go. I just checked the stream, the signal, making sure that we were
All right.
running and ready to go, which we are. So let's do this.
Right on.
Back
Let's
to
do
mute.
it.
Yeah.
Woo!
I know it ain't Friday, but the weekend for me has officially begun.
That's right. Friday Eve, man. This is it. Today.
My gosh. The evening of all evenings for all sports entertainment and fighting fans. This is it. The evening before the calm, before the storm. But we'll leave all the wrestle chat for tomorrow. This is Sports Vista. This is UFC 223. Legacy versus money. Money versus legacy. Champion versus the new champion.
That's right.
I've already called it. I've pretty much told you guys my prediction for Khabib Nurmagomedov versus... That name is so hard to say.
Yes, it is. It really is. But welcome all welcome.
Versus Hawaii's own.
As we get you geared up for this fight weekend, starting off today with our breakdown of UFC 223.
Oh, really? We're really just going to go over two fights.
Wait a minute. How rude of us, man. How rude of us. We didn't bother to reintroduce ourselves. Well, they know who we are already, right?
Yeah. They know us. But for any newcomers, I'm BabyMoy. He's Ness, as the description also entails. That's right. No gimmicks here, baby. You know, we are who we are. We be who we be.
That's right.
And if you guys, please, want to subscribe, do so. There's the social media links down below on the description. And please, after you hit that bell, make sure to hit that bell which states always notifications. You want to set that to always. That way, if you just have it set to some, whatever the wording is on that, it's really hit or miss, because you're going to get notified sometimes whenever we go live or do something other here on the channel. You guys want to know everything that we're doing here, so remember, all notifications, all. So there we go.
Yes, and for those who've been joining us, for those of you that have been joining us for this ride, thank you. Continue to do so. Sit back, relax, put your seatbelts on, and let's do this.
By the way, there is spoken words on this. But this is all free royalty. I know, quite different, right? not necessarily an instrumental, but I like this playlist.
I like it too, man, and yeah.
So
kind of reminds me of the music they had on the video game for Xbox, WrestleMania 21. Remember the music for that?
Oh yeah, absolute.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
That was dope.
No, that first track you guys heard, that first track, which is this.
Yeah. Right here. This is good right here.
See, they use that on a lot of videos here on YouTube whenever they're recapping MMA material.
Which is what we'll be doing today. Coincidentally. There we go.
Oh, really? We're just going to go over 2 fights that matter.
Well, yeah. The ones that matter anyway, of course. The ones that people are going to pay to see. Whether it be live at the arena or on pay-per-view.
That's right. So, guys. Before we get that started. Well, you know what? This pretty much does jumpstart it. If you're an athlete, or even if you're looking from the outside in like us, fans, is money more important than legacy, or is legacy more important than money? For me...
That's a good question.
For me, a little bit of both. Legacy, to me, kind of goes hand in hand with your dignity as somebody who's a sportsman or woman.
Yes.
Money, you need that to sustain yourself financially, to be able to put food on the table and hold that roof over your head.
That's right. Yeah.
So I think a little bit of both.
Because again, we all know this is how these people feed their families. This is their livelihood. So, of course, money is part of it, and there's also legacy. And with legacy, yes, as my colleague here just said, dignity, but also, as well with dignity, sportspersonship.
Exactly.
And longevity, consistency in whatever sport you're competing in. Again, I said longevity, and I said consistency.
Good words. But by the way, what's that new word you learned today?
I can't even pronounce it right now. Lugubrious or some crap like that? Is that what it's called?
Lugubrious.
Lugubrious.
Yeah. Lugubrious.
Yeah. Don't know what it means.
What does lugubrious mean? I don't know.
For anybody out there who's a wordsmith, let us know.
Yeah, let us know. What does lugubrious mean? That's a strange word.
That is a strange word. So, it's been an eventful past few days, to say the least, in regards to Saturday night's upcoming event.
Yeah, and it all really started on Sunday, and I really thought they were playing an April Fool's Day joke, of which I woke up the next day thinking to myself, okay, I'm going to get on YouTube, and it's going to be reported that Dana and a whole bunch of other people were in on this.
Yeah.
Which obviously sounds very unrealistic, but you like to think that regardless because of how forward I was looking to seeing, the Nurmagomedov
versus Ferguson.
Yes. You know what gets to me about that? Ferguson. Oh, Ferguson. Talks so much about how you train safe, how you don't get hurt, how you won't get hurt. And boom. It happens. It happens. He gets hurt.
Tony Ferguson suffers a knee injury. As a result, he is forced to pull out of this fight. I don't know what it is.
I don't know either. I don't know. I wish I knew.
Just doesn't seem.
I wish I knew.
This fight just does not seem to be meant to happen. It's just meant to happen.
I wish I knew.
They've tried to make. They have tried to make this fight. They've tried to make this fight like 3-4 times already, and every time, either Khabib missed weight or got injured,
exactly.
or Tony got injured.
Yes.
This fight is not meant to happen. And as Mo just said here, I was hoping as well that this was a really bad, sick April Fool's joke. We were talking on Sunday, and then that's when Mo says to me, "Yo, bro, Ferguson got hurt. The fight, he's not gonna be able to fight." I'm like, "Stop playing. You kidding?" kidding, right? Like, nope. Oh.
Fourth time, folks. Fourth time they try to put this fight together, and not to be.
And again, something happened.
It's like, the stars aren't aligned correctly for this fight. What's up, Scott?
Wow.
I know the MMA junkies out there get that one.
Oh, well then. All right.
Boy.
We in fight mode today, y'all. All right.
Dang.
So in Ferguson's place steps up
Hawaii's own
featherweight champion Hawaii's own Max Holloway. On 6 days' notice, he steps up to fight Khabib for the undisputed lightweight title. That's right, folks. The lightweight division has been freed from captivity.
Exactly.
It's free at last, y'all.
Not to mention, independently of how this fight goes, if Hawaii's own ends up winning, he said he will defend both titles. Defend both titles. Not hold both divisions hostage. He will defend.
Yes.
And of course we know.
Respect.
And of course we know Nurmagomedov will defend too. That shouldn't even be questioned.
That goes without saying. Much respect to Max Holloway for taking this fight on 6 days' notice.
Were you about to call him Blad?
Yeah, I was about to call him Blessed. Yeah, that's his nickname, Max Blessed.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna call him Blad.
Yeah, Blad.
My name is Blad.
Shout out to Blad TV. Hip hop.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Big up to Free Royalty Music.
Yes.
That's
where it's at, y'all. This is awesome. Woo! Listen to this. Yeah. Woo! So our initial reaction to this was disappointment because we were both looking forward to seeing El Cucuy take on the Eagle.
Uh-huh.
And man, but hey, after watching the pre-fight presser,
they're both fired up. I mean, granted, I still see Khabib winning this. Likewise. I still think that this is a really bad matchup for Holloway.
Likewise. Yes.
I still believe that he's going to get smothered, out-wrestled. I don't care what Holloway's accolades are. I don't care if he hasn't lost in God knows how long. If he hasn't been taken down for God knows how long, he going to get reacquainted with the flow on Saturday.
That's going to end. His winning streak is going to end on Saturday. His takedown avoidance streak is going to end on Saturday. Yeah.
He's going to taste that flow. And my man said, he ain't say, I'm going to knock you out. He ain't say, I'm going to submit you. No. He said, I'm going to grind you out for 25 minutes. That's what he said.
And here's the thing about Khabib. He looks to punish his opponents, not finish.
Well, what camp he in?
He looks to punish you methodically. He kills you slowly.
What camp he in?
He wants you to die slow, figuratively speaking. I mean, he is part of DC's camp. He trains with DC, and he trains with Cain Velasquez. He trains with Luke Rockhold. These guys are relentless. They are relentless. When they get on you, they are relentless.
And they look to smother. And you know what? They breed champions.
They do.
They were meant to breed champions.
That's what they do there. And you know, it's easy to sit here and say, "Oh, well, Khabib is just a wrestler." Well, guess what? No, he's not.
Oh, he's not.
His striking is good enough to set up his takedowns so that he could smother his opponent. Look what he did to Edson Barboza.
In this case, bruh, he doesn't need to have knockout power per se, because, like you just mentioned, his hands are used to set down the takedown. You know, and then afterwards, you know, so listen, you spend 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes of you being on your ass on the ground with him just, you know, with those little rep, pep, pep, pep punches, rep, pep, 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 rep, pep, 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 and an elbow, boom, 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 boom. Yo, it's going to accumulate. You're going to get marked up. You're going to get bodied.
Especially if you haven't been in a full training camp. And I mean, because again, Holloway's taking this fight on 6 days' notice.
Exactly.
And he fights at featherweight. He's moving up a weight class to fight this relentless suffocator that is Nurmagomedov.
Correct.
That's what he does.
Yep. He's gonna smother him. He's gonna be in for a long night. Now, needless to say, do I say I give Hawaii Zone zero chance, zero opportunity? Of course not. Of course not.
Yeah, he has a slim chance. Slim chance.
But right here, he a fish in a bigger pond.
He's a small fish in a bigger pond here. He's, you know.
It's basically what it is. Now, if you were to make an argument for Holloway, what do you believe would be the key to his success?
The key to his success would be to keep the distance, keep him at range with his versatile striking.
Would that
and somehow
would
find,
that be easier?
Find a way to finish him.
That is easier said than done though, because
absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
You know, Nurmagomedov's frame, you know, he rushes at you, and the way he sets down the takedown, and then the way he takes you down, bro, it's. I mean, he doesn't just take you down; he drives you down. You know what I'm saying?
Nurmagomedov said it best. Okay, stylistically, Holloway's style is similar to Edson Barboza, man who Khabib fought a couple months ago.
And what happened? We
saw what he did, and we saw what he did to him. I mean,
what happened?
God.
He went through him like. My gosh.
He went through him like a hot knife through butter, man.
Exactly. It's like that. Boom.
I mean, man. Let's not get it twisted, okay? I mean, Barboza is no slouch, okay?
No, but
my God.
Bro, there's fighters and then there's extraordinary fighters. There's athletes and then there's gifted athletes.
Yeah. And Nurmagomedov is that. He is both of those things. He's gifted and he's extraordinary.
Without a shadow of a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt.
And I really hope to God that one day this Ferguson Khabib fight does finally take place.
And listen, guys, do not buy into what Dana White says. Okay, he's emotional right now, so obviously he's gonna say, "Never will I try to attempt to put this fight together again." But the song, the tune, the dance, it all changes. He'll go back to it, especially if he already said, pound for pound, Ferguson is number one.
He already said is the number one contender, no matter what happens tonight.
Right. So he already basically told us. He's getting the winner of this,
and deservedly so, because
But you tell me. Now listen, the 155-pound roster is deep. I mean,
stacked.
Deep.
Stacked. The deepest in the roster.
However, can you look past Khabib and Ferguson?
No.
There's a deep division, and then those two are the guardians of that gate.
Then there's the cream of the crop. Those guys are the cream.
They're the gatekeepers, man. They're right there, patrolling the area.
That's it.
Cleaning house. I ain't exaggerating either. Look at the tapes. Look at highlights here on YouTube.
And listen, you know, and look, and Habib said there's only one king. There's no interim king. One king of the jungle, he said.
You know, I've always had a problem with that word, interim. And I've always had a problem with that phrase, interim champion. Just say, you're not the real champ. That's
Number
fake.
One contender. Number one
fake,
contender.
Fake,
number
fake,
one contender.
fake,
That's
fake.
all it is. Fake. It's a number one contender. That's all it is.
A good one.
Interim belt. Get out of here.
Classic. Yeah.
Number one contender. That's all it is.
I know.
Oh, real quick, man! Somebody get McWiner over there a pacifier. They're gonna take away my title. Shut up! Defend or vacate, mofo.
You know,
defend or vacate.
You know what's crazy is the fact that he might even be there on Saturday. Why?
Well, he will because he has a teammate fighting on the card.
Okay, but
Artem Lobov is on that card.
I could care less.
So
I could give less of a rat's ass. I'm just saying. Look, man. Look.
I understand what you're saying because
why would you?
At this point,
he
wants to be.
He wants to just have a piece of the spotlight, and that's not fair. That's not fair to the two individuals fighting because guess what? Now all the attention. I guarantee you, if he makes it there, which is highly possible, if he's there, all the attention then drifts away from the two competitors. Right. Hell, may I say 4 if you include the women's bout.
Yeah.
And that's not fair.
No, it's not. And quite frankly, he doesn't even need to be trying to steal the spotlight.
But you know he's going to be he's going to be doing that. You know what's going to happen. You know after that fight, he's going to go rush the cage. He's going to go talk his smack and the rest.
He's going to make a spectacle. He's going to make a big spectacle. Yeah, like he did at the Bellator event when his other fighter was in action. Ridiculous.
Shouldn't there have been some sort of a heavy penalty for that? Not just a small slap on the wrist?
Absolutely, there should have been.
Because, listen, aren't you essentially really breaking the law here in terms of MMA? Yeah. I mean, you're not supposed to... It's fine if you attend an event as a fan. That's cool. But that's their turf. You employed by the UFC, man. So what you doing? Slapping officials around and acting the fool.
You're not just employed by the UFC. You're the face of the UFC, dude.
Is he really? I mean, is he really?
I wouldn't think so, but you know.
Well, he does grace the cover of the latest UFC game.
Right. Another reason not to buy that game. Thank you.
Why?
The notorious belt napper. That's what he is.
Well, Dana White said,
as I stated before, folks, the lightweight division has been freed from captivity, and it will now continue to flourish and move on without its captiver.
Well, Dana White said that McGregor's going to be fighting again later this year. Can anyone guess with who? Can anyone guess with who?
No, it's not Diaz. It's not Diaz. He's going to be in another exhibition, spectacle, WWE-esque type cross promotion against Money Mayweather. Wood.
You know who's not going to pay to see that?
Us.
Get out of here.
Hey, and you know what? You know who's not going to cover that?
No,
Us.
not this time.
No.
Not this time.
No.
It's not worth the time. It's not worth it.
No.
There's zero credibility to any of this. Hell, there was zero credibility with the boxing event, let alone this.
Yeah.
And granted, I did watch
the first time.
Go ahead. I was just about to make that point.
The only reason we covered it the first time was because of the build-up. Because we knew that was the only thing that was going to be worth tuning into was the build-up.
Right.
And, wow. That was more than what we bargained for, to say the least. It was very distasteful, to say the least.
In a lot of ways.
So, no, this time around, we're not covering that disgrace.
It better not happen. This all better be for show. This all better be just to garner attention from the media. This all better be because Mayweather wants to stay relevant. Which I don't know why he wouldn't. He don't need to be doing all of this.
No.
He's Mayweather.
No. And if he stepped in the octagon, he's gonna get crushed.
I know.
Just doesn't make any sense. But anyway, enough about those.
Hey, one last thing. He's 51-0.
Oh yeah, that's right. He has a win at WrestleMania. He's undefeated at WrestleMania, and
you know who else is undefeated?
He should be in the WWE Hall of Fame.
You know who else is undefeated at Mania? They should have a streak versus streak match. Is Michael Cole?
Hey, maybe he'll put him in Ann Cole. Yeah.
Get out of here. All right, back to the octagon, folks. Back to the 8 side of things.
Max Holloway and Habib Nurmagomedov. I believe, as we've already predicted, Habib is going to win this fight.
Oh, yeah.
I'll say 3rd round stoppage.
I'll say 3rd round, but I'll say deep in the 3rd round. If not deep, then midpoint. A little past midpoint.
Fair enough. All right.
So, anywhere between 3 and 4.5.
4. Roger that.
That's what I predict. But we're pretty much predicting the same round here.
Yes. 3rd round stoppage.
Yeah, TKO. TKO victory.
Yeah.
Now.
And now the co-main event of the evening is a rematch.
Thug Rose!
That's right. And Joanna Jędrzejczyk.
Let's usher them in some music.
The Hunter. Yeah. Woo!
Thug Rose!
And now... Thug Rose!
JJ!
Yeah! Woo!
There we have it.
Will JJ redeem herself, or will Thug Rose continue to cement her legacy?
Again, just
gotta find out next to Saturday night.
I don't know where to go with this one. In spite of what we saw, the first time around, I still can't make a conclusive decision or as to who I predict is going to win.
This is a pick'em fight right here. This is a pick'em fight right here. I mean, this is great. Because
stylistically, they both match each other up so well.
Yes,
it's like looking at clones. Yes. Hold up.
Ooh.
Let me bring that back.
Bring that back. Hold on. Let's check that out again. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. Clue. Woo.
That's hot. But yeah, stylistically, it's like looking into a mirror, man.
Yeah, I mean, nobody saw Rose winning the way she won back at the Garden and back in November at UFC 217. I mean, that was incredible. Now Saturday, we're gonna find out. Was this will
you buy into,
or will Rose?
Do you buy into what JJ said? Do you buy into what JJ said during the presser?
have to wait and see.
Right? Because we can't even make it. We can't. You can't. Not
really
with
make
this
a
fight.
definitive argument for that either. No.
You know, I can't.
But one thing.
If I were a betting man, go ahead.
One thing I can say is that she is focused more on the task at hand.
If I were a betting man, though, I would opt out.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet on this one either.
I'd say, nah, you keep your money, man.
Now, as we all know, Jacek was undefeated coming into that first fight at UFC 217. So this is always interesting to see how fighters bounce back from their first loss. So this is going to be interesting to see what she does here.
And we know cool, calm, composed Thug Rose.
Yes, and as we've said before,
composed Thug Rose.
She doesn't say much.
How about that one?
She doesn't say much outside the octagon, but that's okay. She doesn't have to because she does. She's exciting to watch, man.
The composed Rose.
The composed Thug Rose. Yes, yes. You know, we talked about, Rousey putting women's MMA on the map, and it's because of Ronda Rousey that Thug Rose doesn't really have to talk much. All she has to do is go out there, do what she does in the octagon. Ronda
Rousey did enough to pretty much tell the MMA world, look, some of us do have attitude. Some of us are very charismatic. Some of us do walk around and talk, popping lip. However, I've done enough to ensure that y'all ladies don't all need to do that. Because y'all presence as women, as athletes, as fighters is enough to carry co-main events, to carry main events, and as we saw recently, to carry full entire events almost on that card, which was stacked with women.
UFC 222,
remember that
whole card, they led the way. That whole weekend, not just in UFC, but also in Bellator.
And they ushered in that MMA event, and they also main evented it.
Closed it out. Yeah. So Thug Rose, keep being you, sweetheart. Keep being you.
Absolutely. Do your thing. Let your fists, your feet, your elbows, your knees, let them do the talking.
Keep being you and let your skills do the talking. It's your thing. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm very proud to know how far the women in MMA have gone, though. And it's so awesome to see. I mean, we let's not forget, we were in a position in the UFC, at least, in which Dana White himself said there will never be women's MMA in the UFC. Now look at the tune that he go around singing. He can't have enough of these women.
No, absolutely.
He love them. How could you not?
And it's all because it all started with Ronda Rousey.
And there are many.
Rousey kicked down that door.
And there are many times, believe me, there are many times.
Believe me.
There are many times in which I prefer women's MMA over the men's.
And as my colleague Mo just expressed here, I too am proud to see where women's MMA is today, because we've watched it even before Rousey came onto the scene. We've seen the Gina Carano's and the Cyborgs back in Strikeforce, and the Misha Tates, and the Liz Carmouche, and the Marlis Coonans. We saw this before before the mainstream really got introduced to this.
Yeah. Back in the days of Strikeforce, folks.
Yeah. Check that out.
Remember that match with Nightwolf and whatever the hell the other dude's name was?
Sorry, come again?
Remember the fight with Nightwolf?
Oh my god. Woo! That was a split decision, man, but oh man, we were all winners in that one. Oh my God!
You know what's crazy about
You
that?
want to talk about being on the edge of your seat?
You know what's crazy about that event is because back when Strikeforce was around, people, they would throw together these events with virtually zero advertisements. I'd be browsing online, and whoop, all of a sudden, there we go. Yo, I'd be like, yo, Ness, there's a Strikeforce event on in a couple minutes.
Oh, yeah. And we would sit there and we'd watch these events, and we would be on the edge of our seats. We would be amped up from beginning to end, from bell to bell. It was incredible.
Yeah. Now, obviously, the Saturday events were the big ones, so they would obviously advertise those. Yeah. But the Friday events, sometimes they'd have events even on Wednesdays. Those you need to just come across right out of the blue, basically. Yeah. And which is, in our case, was most of the time. And, man, I never forgot about that fight with I was about to call him Saberwolf, with Nightwolf.
Yeah, I don't recall who he was fighting, but that fight, oh my God. It was like Griffin Bonner 1 times 2.
It was the insanity of that fight. I mean, they fought each other.
Was just wild.
They fought each other like two people who had stolen money from each other.
Yeah. Like, they fought to the bitter end. I mean,
it's like, yo, where's my money? Nah, where's my money?
KJ Noons was another one who was involved in practically a lot of these. He was involved in brawl after brawl after brawl. I mean, never in a boring fight, man.
You know what wow, this is random. You know what just hit me?
Yo.
What the hell ever happened to Ninja Rua?
Good question. I mean, after Pride, what happened to him? Yeah, he didn't... Not really sure. Now, folks, you guys know that we've talked about Bellator being Strikeforce Reloaded, and, well, hey, this month, we kick things off with UFC 223 on Saturday, but then next week, we have Bellator. Next Friday. Saturday, I believe there's a fight night there's a UFC fight night, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. So, plenty of MMA for you guys this month.
All month, yes.
Plenty. I mean, you could look across the board, and virtually every weekend has an MMA event. So, I don't want to miss that.
Great fights coming your way, too, guys. Check that out.
You know something? I love the fact that we haven't had to deal with much Conor around. The MMA world just feels so much better without him.
It's a breath of fresh air.
It is.
And as you can see, he's over there trying to make noise, trying to get attention. Hey, what about me? What about me? Well, you're not fighting, so nobody cares about you right now, okay? So go sit down. I hate to say it that way, but dude.
Unfortunately, we're going
2 weight classes hostage. You have no credibility here.
Unfortunately, we're going to see the inevitable happen on Saturday if he's in the building, which I hope he's not.
Well, guess what? If he is in the building, guess what? He was going to be the former champion.
How do you think people now receive Conor McGregor? And I'm not talking about casuals. I'm talking about the core fan.
Core fans can't stand Conor. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
perfect timing.
Gosh.
Thank you. But the core fans, they can't stand Conor. Or should I say we can't stand Conor?
Hell nah.
We can't.
Look at that. So much so that it... Hold on. Let me put this down. Got old Thunder started up.
Even the dog can't stand him. A lot of his fans are casual fans who love that WWE propaganda. They're drawn to him.
Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, I will be covering Conor McGregor tomorrow. Probably scratching our heads going, what? Why? Don't worry.
Yeah!
I got the scoop. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for that as we end off this action-packed week tomorrow with our WrestleMania 34 breakdown? 34,
yes,
right?
34.
34, yeah.
Boy, what a week it's been for us, though.
Yeah, it has been an awesome week.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to the rest of our crew.
Hey, I know who you are. I would go down the list, but you guys pretty much know who you are by now. But if you do want to shout out, let us know there on the comment section below, or personally contact one of us. Shout outs to Star Fox and Austin. How you guys doing? Shout out to John Follis. How you doing? I love what I do, and I do what I love.
That's right. Doesn't get any better than that, man. Doesn't get any better than that.
You got any words for the finale?
For the finale, I'm just excited to see how this all plays out. As far as Saturday night.
Oh yeah,
and beyond.
I'll be tuning in. It's gonna be crazy for me on Saturday, but I'll be tuning in.
Yeah.
With that said, though, folks, I just want to remind you guys, have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful rest of the day, leading out into the evening hours. Stay productive,
right.
And in everything that you do, as I always say, keep God number one in your life. God bless y'all. Ness, any final words?
Thank you all for tuning in, and enjoy the rest of your day. And join us tomorrow as we will continue to get you geared up for this fight weekend. God bless y'all. Peace.
Been around a little bit, but not as long as Littlefoot. Oversensitive, and then we blame it on political correctness. That shit got me pessimistic. Why we try to please them all and ask for acceptance? We all a little off in deception. Eli, quit acting like a B.I. and get to stepping like Eli. Stop pirates bad, why police have all the cannons there? Cops these days got us looking like Afghanistan. Confiscated weapons, who we calling for this robbery? If you think about about the action Connery. Honestly, these days killing gets so fucking publicized. First your fries, then your goodbyes, and then it got like T.I. R.I.P.I. then we on to the next. After death, the checking over dinner argument. Presidents, no heaven sent, but blame for your cop-outs. Fuck cops out, guess I'll play a game of knockout. Passion now blasted, decaffeine. Bunch of backstabbing while we run rampant. That's what we become. That's what we become. Kill till plum, wonder what's so sucking dumb. No compassion now blasted, decaffeine. Bunch of backstabbing while we run rampant. That's what we become. That's what we become. Kill till plum, wonder what's so sucking dumb. We full of clutter, we purging one of another. Acting kinda childish, like Donald Glover. And made of rubber, but use a rubber to solve the problem one day. Hold the ball like a child without a bottle right now. Between a rock and a hard place. Protect the corners, who tryna be a hard case. Drugs make the heart race. But what a race without a finish, war diminish. We start extinguishing, now deploy. Do you enjoy? Like an amen. Keep bombing, Saddam and a lot of gunmen. Arrest us for the farmland. Come on, man. But it's legal in Washington. Proudly hanging flags, smoking a zigzag in a pack. With a laugh, shipping your mask for Colorado tax.